Hello, welcome everyone to Supplier and Infosys session on intelligent sourcing of direct materials. My name is Radesh Pandurangadas and I lead the intelligent spend management practice at Infosys. I have the honor of moderating today's session. The world of sourcing and procurement has undergone tremendous changes in the past few years, and particularly with the pandemic, organizations are adopting new strategies to address these challenges, be it increased automation, increased supplier collaboration, or use of artificial intelligence. In today's session, we will be covering three topics: trends and future of procurement, how SAP products help customers to achieve their procurement vision, and finally, we will talk about Infosys' innovative solution for intelligent sourcing. I'd like to introduce our guest speaker who will provide us further insights and experiences in this topic. CTS Corporation is a leading designer and manufacturers of sensors and various electronic components that caters to pretty much every industry: aerospace, defense, information technology, medical, transportation, and so on. CTS vision is to enable an intelligent and seamless enterprise. We are very fortunate to have Rajan Patel, the CIO of CTS Corporation, who will take us through his experiences and also talk about how CTS Corporation as an organization is addressing these challenges. Thank you so much, Raj, for joining us today.
So thank you, Radesh. My name is Raj Patel. I represent CTS Corporation. I'm heading technology at CTS Corporation. CTS is roughly about $500 million in terms of the global sales. We are into the electronics component, discrete manufacturing space. We are specialized in the sensor connectors and actuators, primarily catering automotive as well as the industrial customers, along with medical and the communication industry.
If you look at the source to contract process, we can see that the solutions in this space are rapidly evolving, making the source to contract process intelligent and predictive. There is a lot of focus on AI and spend analytics and so on. So Raj, from a business standpoint, what do you see at CTS Corporation?
In the supply chain area, you have to have good sourcing relationship. And what I mean by sourcing is not relying on one channel or one vendor, having the very specific sourcing capabilities in terms of our spend, not just in terms of our current, but historically what the trend is and what the future looks like it. So kind of leveraging the technology, particularly with the predictive demand by leveraging artificial intelligence as well as some of the predictability, we can build it based on the market factors, which could basically help in terms of either building up your inventory or scaling down, or looking for the various alternatives from the sourcing standpoint. So having smarter, intelligent strategic sourcing is a key part of our supply chain. Basically, that's the trend. That's where we are heading from our supply chain 2025, road to 2025 perspective.
Thank you, Raj, for your insights. That was really helpful. Traditionally, procurement has been viewed as a back office function, but the situation is now changing, with the procurement being viewed as a strategic partner to drive cost reductions and business resiliency. There is added focus to transform the procurement space, not only through robotic process automation and so on, but also through end-to-end business process automation. Raj, can you please provide your views on how this space is changing?
So key thing, looking at it, demand, and again, this demand comes from our customers as well as the various market parameters and the factors which influences the supply chain and the pipeline. So essentially kind of looking at the material demand, and based on that smart route, as well as the inventory level, intelligence inventory level, seasonality factor, as well as various other components which are market driven, leveraging those information to help us build that that supply chain between the tier 1, tier 2 vendors to sort of CTS, essentially. Eliminating any type of repetitive processing through the robotic processing. It is one of the key integral part. The automation of the procurement, essentially from procure to pay standpoint, it's more a tactical in nature, not so much strategic. You have to do it in order for it to let your supplier continue to supply you the product, all right? You don't want your supplier to stop sending you product because of the non-payment. However, these are mandated tasks, and leveraging the robotics as well as the electronic forms. And again, I'm not referring specific to OCR capabilities that's so 10, 20 years back in the days, but how do you enrich and enhance this data set, what you have it, based on the ASN? How do you make sure the shipments has been properly received and invoices properly matched and paid on time without any human intervention? So essentially, we are striving from the automating the procurement standpoint is the zero touch procure to pay process.
Thank you, Raj. Making suppliers part of the enterprise. This is the trend now, as organizations are more and more realizing that suppliers as an extended enterprise can add significant value and help improve business resiliency. Supplier collaboration is at the top focus area for a lot of organizations. Raj, can you please tell us what CTS is doing from a supplier management standpoint?
Yeah, so suppliers are a partner. It's part and parcel of our extended organization, so to speak. So two levels, essentially relationship between your buyers and your vendors, as well as essentially having KPIs which you can share and strive to improve on that. So having that supplier relationship based on the criteria, based on the various factors where both parties can communicate, not just from the day-to-day tactical operation perspective, but strategically in terms of the risk management, having the access both in terms of your inventory levels as well as your demand versus your suppliers' data, which you can tap into to get the better insight and build a better relationship with your supplier. So we are striving and we are trying to improve our vendor relationship, supplier relationship, so that there is a good visibility from both sides, supplier from CTS perspective and CTS from supplier standpoint. So if there are any strategic alignment or different directions we need to head out, we can we get those early warnings, early signals, as well as the opportunities in terms of bringing efficiencies in the whole supply chain optimization perspective.
Thank you, Raj. It was really helpful to know your supplier strategy. Past year, the pandemic has forced us, all of us, to relook at the way we do things, and the procurement space is not left alone in this. Can you tell us your experience and what steps you have taken to address the disruptions created by the pandemic? And most importantly, what are you doing as an organization to future-proof your business from such disruptions?
I think COVID has taught us all how technology can be leveraged effectively and efficiently. I believe 1 year past, many of organization has learned to live in the new norm. And CTS is also trying in that direction. So one of the things we are doing is we are ramping up our digital technology landscape, where we do have a true visibility in terms of and enhancing our vendor relationship. Both the point which we previously touched on the sourcing side of it, as well as on the technical operations and the vendor relationship standpoint. How do we get that cohesiveness as well as the openness in terms of the material shortage? We are working in an stringent environment, where not just our efficiencies from the manufacturing standpoint or some of the quality metrics we are trying to achieve it, but we also have to rely on compliance perspective, whether that's a regulatory compliance or security compliance. So from that standpoint, we are basically in this new norm. How do we engage so that we don't compromise on quality, as well as we don't compromise on the compliance side of it, where we do have essentially a multi-vendor sourcing capabilities enabled.
Thank you, Raj, for the insights you have provided so far.
Thank you for having me.
Let's now take a look at how SAP is prepared to address these challenges through its robust suite of products. Connected business process is one of the key strategies of SAP in achieving its vision for intelligent enterprise. If you look at the source-to-pay process, the pre-built integration between SAP Ariba, Integrated Business Planning, IBP, and S/4HANA enables customers to establish a well-connected procurement process. So if you are already on S/4HANA or planning to adopt S/4HANA, you can leverage and manage the entire operational procurement using S/4HANA capabilities, and you can tap into the capabilities from SAP Ariba to establish a fully integrated and end-to-end procurement process. At Infosys, we have realized the need to address these challenges, and we have built an intelligent sourcing platform. This solution is built on S/4HANA and Ariba, and our solution provides procurement managers the ability to centrally monitor the overall procurement process without the need to log into different applications and systems. Our solution utilizes a single dashboard to create and monitor purchase information records, purchase requisitions, and operating level agreements. This is a very feature-rich product. For example, it helps touchless trigger of quotes from sourcing. It can generate automatically the purchase documents in real time, thereby eliminating the errors and associated costs. Additionally, the entire sourcing process cycle time is reduced through the automation and by eliminating a lot of manual processes. This solution also contributes to enhancing the supplier management process and also improving the supplier experience by closely collaborating with the suppliers through the integrated solutions. As you can see, this solution can help connect all your systems, be it your PLM, planning, procurement, Ariba, and so on, and also help you to achieve stronger compliance. If you are interested to test drive this solution, please visit SAP Store, or you can get in touch with us. Thank you everyone for joining this session. To keep a tab on what is happening at Sapphire from an Infosys standpoint, please follow #Infi at Sapphire. Thank you.